What's the most disheartening part about this case?
I hate the fact that she was never given a name. When you look at the case file, it says, baby Jane Doe.
52 years ago, a startling crime shook the small town of Granite Quarry. On March 20th, 1971, a baby girl was found dead in a garbage dump near Dunn's Mountain Road and White Rock Avenue. An autopsy revealed she'd been murdered. She was cremated a year later, which was common practice for unidentified bodies during that time. Now, over 5 decades later, the Rowan County Sheriff's Office is reopening the case. Recently, Lieutenant Ryan Barkley stumbled on the case file in a warehouse.
We didn't even know this case existed. I was only able to find 2 news articles from the Salisbury Post back then that showed that it had any media coverage whatsoever.
In the file, Lieutenant Barkley found a shocking clue that could help solve the case. A piece of hair taken from the baby girl by the medical examiner.
They had no idea, even though it is common for medical examiners and investigators to save some things. Even though back then that there was no value to it, other than maybe looking at it in a microscope to kind of link up the hair, but seizing it or taking it from the baby at an autopsy, it had absolutely no value in 1971. But it's almost like they were planning for the future.
Lieutenant Barkley sent the DNA off to a forensics lab in California, which specializes in hair. He expects an update in January. He's hopeful to finally give the baby girl an identity.
When you look at the death certificate, it says baby found in garbage. That's the worst part, is that the baby was not only born and murdered. She was never named. She never had a chance to live.
Lieutenant Barkley says he's withholding certain information on how the baby died and the ethnicity until the results return. He's asking anyone with information on the case to contact him at 704-216-8700. For Neighborhood TV, I'm Jessica Willis.